Alright, so what's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Now today I'm going to be doing an initial review of Call of Duty Vanguard. This game has been out for just over a week now and I wanted to sit down and discuss my initial thoughts and opinions on the game. Now I did have a different video planned for today, but I went ahead and recorded it and everything. I went to edit it and it didn't record the audio, so here I am doing this video today. I did want to do this at some point, but I just moved it forwards a little bit. Now I think it was a few days after the launch of Vanguard, but I did end up making a video sort of like this, discussing my initial review on the game. And it was more so based on like full initial impressions, like literally a couple days of playtime. But over the sort of like week and a half that we've had the game now, I've had a lot more time to sort of play the game properly, get to experience like everything that the game has to offer really, and now I can sit down and give a full justified review on the game. And when I say a full justified review, I am just talking about multiplayer. I haven't touched the campaign or zombies yet. I've heard the campaign is pretty decent, and I think zombies is genuinely the worst zombies we've ever had, to be honest. But regardless of that, we're just going to be focusing on the multiplayer for today. Now, if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I have lots of Vanguard content, obviously, coming out over the however long I'm grinding Atomic for, I guess. And I'm genuinely, I just want to say, overall enjoying this game a lot. So the content is definitely going to be a lot more consistent than Cold War, I will say that. But with all that out of the way, we should get right into my initial review of the game. Now, this isn't going to be a sort of like in-depth critical review on the game or anything like that. This is just going to be how I'm feeling about the game, a sort of update on what I think about this game overall. So we're going to start off with the grind. Obviously, this is the thing I am devoting all of my attention to. This is the only reason well, not the only reason I'm playing Vanguard, but this is like the sole purpose. If I get on to play some Vanguard, it's because I'm camo grinding, and I have to say, it's a pretty good grind so far. There are definitely things that were sort of speed bumps that were in the way, but I'd say at least one of those have been fixed, and that's the point blank kills. 100 for every single gun in the game is quite a lot, so they went ahead and changed it to close range kills, which just, it's basically point blank kills, but like, I don't know, 20 times the range, so it's just a lot better. I'm pretty sure they did this mainly to snipers, but they did this across the board as well, obviously because snipers have point blank kills for some reason, but obviously they went ahead and changed it to close range kills, so that just makes that 10 times easier. And although I didn't really have a problem personally with point blank kills on SMGs, because that's the main weapon class I've been going for, it's still nice to have this change, because it was one of those sort of more annoying challenges. Another thing I want to give a compliment on as well is the launchers and the melee weapons. Obviously there's no sort of actual progression for these things in terms of their weapon level, and there's only 5 challenges per weapon, which is just amazing to see. I don't actually know why we didn't have this earlier. I didn't think of it personally, and it's just a great idea. And all of the challenges this year are definitely a lot better than we anticipated, which makes the most cancerous part of a camo grind, in my opinion, a lot more bearable. Like, it's actually just a lot, it's just so much nicer now. Another thing I want to commend as well is the unique attachment weapon challenges. So for example, every gun will have 3 challenges at the end where you have to do a certain thing with a certain set of attachments. In theory, this is a great idea because it's something we've never seen before, and what I like to think about it is if you get gold on a weapon, that's basically saying that you've mastered that weapon, you've completed that weapon, you are an expert on it. And I don't actually think that you have, mastered a weapon until you've used a good range of attachments on that weapon. And these camo challenges force you to do that, so you can see where I'm going with this. However, the one problem I do have with this is the long shot one. Why is long shots a second category on this? I don't understand why they did a second set of long shots. I mean, 100 long shots is a lot to ask for to begin with. Like, I could deal with it 100%, but it's a lot. Like, that is demanding a lot. And to then ask people to do it a second time with a certain set of attachments, which may or may not help you, is bullshit. Like, I think that's straight up bullshit. Not only this, I think that it's an assault rifle. I can't remember which one exactly. Or it might be an SMG, I'm not too sure. But I know there's a weapon in this game that has 2 long shot attachment sets in this game. So you have the standard long shots, and then you have the 2 separate attachment set long shots. So you have to get long shots twice, so you need to do 200 long shots for that certain weapon. I can't remember which one it is exactly, I do apologize about that, but I think that's fucking horseshit. Like, 100 long shots at a base is enough. If you're going to make people do long shots a second time, if they did it the first time round, it should be 50. It shouldn't be 100. I don't think it should be a thing at all, honestly. I think long shot should just be the one thing. But if you're going to do it, at least make it 50. But apart from that, I think everything else in the grind is very straightforward. I think it's what you'd expect from a camo grind, and it's not as bullshitty as previous years, which I think is very, very good. So far I'm enjoying myself with it, and it's definitely been fun so far, so I don't really have much else to talk about with this. The next thing I want to talk about is the map variety. So obviously this year we got 16 maps for possibly the first time in 5+ years. I might be wrong on that, but it seems like it's been a long time since we've had proper map variety. And this year, they actually knocked out the park with the map variety. Not only in the amount, but in terms of the size, in terms of the flow, in terms of the set location as well. We have night maps, we have rain maps, we have snow maps, we have sand, desert, I suppose you'd call that, not sand. We have everything, which is just incredible in my opinion. That was the main thing with Modern Warfare, not only in the amount of maps, but with the setting as well. They all had a very sort of greyish urban sort of setting to them, which made every map sort of very similar. But this game just does it completely different. Obviously, Modern Warfare 2019 and Vanguard should be compared very closely because they're in the same engine. Not only that, but Vanguard feels very similar to Modern Warfare, so that's why I'm comparing these two. And I just think Vanguard, in terms of like, aesthetics and maps and stuff like that, it just does what Modern Warfare did, but just 10 times better. Because that was obviously the main complaint with Modern Warfare, was the maps. Another thing I want to talk about in this game is weapon balance. It's all over the place. It's really all over the place. I imagine this is going to be a thing that is amended over the next month or so, 2 months. That's the thing with every COD game, really, is weapon balance. It's always all over the place. It's always a bit fucked. But in this game, it's especially fucked. Like, it's ridiculous. It really does remind me of Modern Warfare 2, to be honest, because it has a lot of batshit crazy, overpowered things. Like, not just, like, objectively, like, broken, but, like, just way, not even on a scale. Like, you got 2-shot STDs, you've got fucking combat shotguns where you need to hit 1 pellet to get a kill. You got, guns that have a sub 100 millisecond time to kill. It's absurd, and I love it and I hate it at the same time. I love it because, once again, it gives you that sort of Modern Warfare 2 vibes where everything's just busted. But in experience, like, when you're playing the game, it just doesn't make it fun. It really does not make it fun. And I just have to say, if you're someone out there who thinks Modern Warfare 2 is an amazing game, and, you look back on nostalgia, like, oh, I reminisce on the days where you'd get one shot by Model 1887 from across the map, you should love this game, because it's the exact same thing, but with a modern sort of feel and game engine. So, if you don't love the weapon balance in this game and how dumb it is, then I don't know what to tell you. Another thing I want to touch on is the kill streaks in this game. I don't think they're that amazing, to be honest. They're sort of very generic and formulaic for a Call of Duty game. You have, your UAV, your care package, your CUAV. You have your Predator missile. You've got sort of unique ones as well. But I think almost every single kill streak in this game has had sort of like bits and pieces taken out from past Call of Duty games. The only kill streak in this game which I can say I fundamentally love and think might be my new favorite kill streak of all time is the Flame Gnaw. I fucking love the Flame Gnaw. It's 9 kills, which feels justified. I love it. It's so much fun. It's like a standard Juggernaut, but just with fire, and I don't know, that's just great in my opinion. I really enjoy using it, and 9 kills isn't too much of an ask either, and considering the range of a flamethrower, that I'd say that 9 kills is justified as opposed to a minigun. And the final thing I want to talk about, which I probably should have shoved under the camo grind, is the operators. I know a lot of people don't like the lack of faction in this game, but I think it's a good sacrifice considering the operator progression we have. I think it's an incredible system. Being able to level up these operators all to level 20 to get a final awesome skin. It just reminds me of hero gear, but it's actually sort of a step up from that in terms of like, you have your individual hero sets, but you also have this final one which you can unlock for all of them as well, which I just think is great. The whole favorite weapon system is phenomenal as well. I think one thing that they should do, though, this isn't a critique, exactly, it's just a suggestion. They need to expand on this, like, they really need to, because it's more mastery stuff. Like, this is my thing, and if they can do more things like this in the future, like maybe they add challenges for these operators, like they did with Black Ops 3. So once you get let's say you get the gold skin for all of the barbarians. Once you get all those gold skins, you can then go on to, let's say, Lucas and complete a good amount of challenges to get a sort of final skin for him. So it sort of completes your journey for that certain operator instead of sort of crossover. It's sort of like Obsidian, but for operators, if that makes sense. So if you want to go ahead and just, you know, like you choose an operator you want, you fully like master them, you can get like this ultimate final skin, which I think would just be sick, or something like that, something along those lines. I just hope they expand upon this system because I think it's just phenomenal, and I'm glad they brought back this sort of hero gear system from Black Ops 3. But that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think of Vanguard down in the comments below. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying my time, and I think we can only go up from here. So thank you guys for watching. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe if you are new around here. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.